We're coming from O-Bar here at the Monographs gig, and we're now joined by Matt Henshaw, who we're going to have a little chat with. Good evening.
Evening, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright, not bad,
Good.
thanks.
So, let's just get straight in there. How have we ended up where we are today? Where's it all come from, the interest? How have we got involved in the music scene that you're involved with now?
Well, it's just kind of moving to Leicester and being a singer and guitarist and writing songs to myself for a lot of years. Just recently.
Is it a family sort of thing? Is it a family
No,
interested in
not
music?
at all, not at all. I mean, it's just something that I was in a band like years ago and at school and sixth form and all that kind of stuff, but then worked and been to university, done all that kind of thing, but I had so much creativity.
So what made you like get involved in the band at school and what have you? Is there any sort of spark? Is it listening to other musicians, or do you start learning a certain instrument or whatever? Yeah,
well, it was kind of a journey for me that sort of started with all the Britpop stuff in the mid-90s. Like I got well into that and then sort of traced the roots back.
What sort of artists were you sort of keen on?
Well, it was
Blur.
Blur, yeah, massively. Like
Oasis.
Part Life, and definitely maybe with the first albums that I can really remember.
Are you more of a Blur fan or an Oasis fan?
The
big rivalry.
It kind of swings either way, but I don't know. It was Oasis, then Blur, and then Oasis. If I had to pick one,
don't let me down.
Difficult.
Come on.
I would probably say Oasis, just for Noel
I'm
Gallagher's.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Yes. So then that sort of led into you getting interested in picking up a guitar. Was it guitar that you went straight for?
Yeah, it was guitar. I mean, the reason I went for guitar was there was an old Strongbow advert for the cider with Deep Purple Smoke on the Water, and I was like, what is that noise? I want to be able to do that, and then learn how to do that.
Strongbow was your influence.
Smoke on the Water was quite easy, so yeah, I got into the guitar and then just naturally started writing songs. Yeah,
so
when
you
sort
of built your band at school, was it?
Yeah. I was in a band, just a few mates at school, and we did like fairly well and started doing it. And then
how was that the school? What sort of age were you when you started the band up?
Well, we started around when I was about 12, and then carried on through till I was about 21.
Do you have any records that you were making? Like, was it covers or were you doing your own
we're
things?
a proper band. I mean, we got sort of a record deal straight out of sixth form and toured and stuff, and played some big festivals and had singles and all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, it was all kinds of things. A litany of rock and roll cliches and stuff brought it to an end, and that leaves me 5 years sober and back out as a singer-songwriter.
That's how it should be for everyone, really.
Yeah.
So, what do you prefer? Are you preferring the solo life, or do you like the band life? If you have to sort of go one way or another,
I do like
the pros and cons to both.
I do like being a solo artiste, as they say, because you sort of only got yourself to look out for and organise the logistics of. But I mean, I do miss sort of the bit of like camaraderie and sort of the banter, as all the cool kids say, and that kind of thing. But no, yeah, I'm all right.
So what was the first single and an album you were buying back then?
First single and album I ever bought? Well, I would have to say it was a bit of PJ and Duncan.
PJ and Duncan?
If I gave you my number, CD single and Psych
Big
on
fan?
tape. Oh yeah, I went to see him as well. Amazing.
Where did you see him at?
Nottingham, where I was born and raised.
A good gig?
From what I can remember, yeah, it was a boxing ring.
And was that your first gig, or had you been somewhere else?
Yeah, that was the first gig I ever went to,
PJ
and it was definitely life-changing.
And since then, what's been sort of a highlight gig for yourself? Who have you seen? I'd like to say you've progressed from there.
Yeah, well, probably the best gig I've ever seen. I went to see Paul Weller at Brixton Academy in 2002, and he was supported by a band from Liverpool called The Stands, and that's probably the best sort of.
You saw The Stands with Howie Payne and what have you?
Yeah.
Big fan of them. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, love them.
And your personal favourite place? So you're mainly gigging around Leicester?
Yeah, I've started just this summer. I kind of decided to quit my job and just go out with an acoustic guitar.
Just try it out as just an artist.
Yeah, and sort of kind of quickly got to know a lot of the people and a lot of the places, and do like sort of favourite places like the Musician, and the Cookie Jar. And
do you have a favourite place to be at the moment in Leicester, or? Is it sort of you just enjoying just doing the circuit?
I do like the cookie. Leicester Market, I absolutely buzz off Leicester Market, by the way. It's definitely one of my favourite places.
I know you're a big fan of their fruit as well.
Yeah.
And you in veg, I presume. And
fruit and veg, and I've got my little veg patch.
You're a gardener, aren't you? A tea-drinking gardener. Do you have a personal favourite tea? I'm a big tea fan myself.
Yorkshire tea.
Yorkshire tea. Good man.
Very strong, milk, no sugar. Not too much milk. You don't
Sweet enough.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
And you like your garden?
And then gardening.
Bit of a mole.
I've grown a deep. I think it's since I quit drinking. I've grown a deep fondness for compost.
So it's a recent thing that's come round.
Not recent, because I've been 5 years off the drink, so it's something that I've done. But now I've got my own little space and my own little patch. Before it's been kind of
in your own garden, or you got a little allotment?
Yeah, no, my own little garden.
And what are you growing at the moment then?
Well, it's winter, so
not a lot, is it? It's time out.
There's some winter garlics. They're going very well. Spinach.
Sell any of it?
I don't sell any. I did have a lot of cabbage a few years back. That I went. My brother was working in the factory at the time, and he took a load of that to.
Well, you know,
to sell.
So
if all else fails,
you just move into a veg. So. We just asked Sarah, who we were speaking to beforehand, if you could replace yourself with anyone within a band or an artist, who would it be for yourself?
What if I put myself in another band?
Literally step into the shoes of anyone else. Who would it be? It's quite on the spot.
I think probably someone like Charlie Watts in the Rolling Stones, because he's not the best. He's not the best looking fella, and he's not the most intelligent fella, but he's had 60 years of prolonged fame and fortune for not doing that much.
You probably get quite an experience as well.
that sounds like, and he doesn't look as wrinkly as Jagger or Richards, or I'm sure doesn't get as much attention, so I'd do that. Yeah, Charlie Watts.
Good choice. I agree with that. And 3 people, if you could bring any 3 people to your dinner party, dead or alive, who would you bring and why? Just throw that one in there.
Dinner party.
There you are. You've made a right old roast with your fresh veg.
Some homemade carrot and coriander soup and a loaf.
You're going into bread now.
Oh yeah. I like a bit of bacon. I don't know. 3 people. I don't know. Well, just seeing as we were talking about Britpop, I'd just say like Noel Gallagher, Damon Albarn, and
get them all around one table.
Jarvis Cocker, and
throw up a few different questions.
Not even talk about music. Just talk about like markets and football and stuff, and see what's.
I think they'd enjoy that. They'd probably quite enjoy that. Instead of talking about music all the time. You know.
Definitely.
So, what does the next year see for you coming up? What can we expect from Matt Henshaw?
Hopefully, just doing more writing more songs, doing more gigs, putting some kind of release together. 'Cause it's been a long time since I've released anything, but just kind of wading in the water at the minute and seeing who likes me and likes what I do, and
building up a little bit of following.
Yeah, and sort of getting to know myself and my set really, because I've been writing these songs and playing them to the bedroom and living room walls for some time, and I've got loads and done lots of sets and different. I could sort of go out every night of the week and do a completely different set, so I'm working out what my best stuff is and what people like and what people respond to.
Tonight,
so yeah, please answer on a postcard.
How was the first gig? Whereabouts did you first do one?
I went down to the Musician actually about mid-July, and just they do sort of open mics. You get up and do 3 songs, so I did 3 tunes completely different, and yeah, it was sort of the reaction that I got sort of spurred me on, and I thought, yeah, I can do this.
Just like, go it alone.
Yeah, like just people coming up to me afterwards and being like, oh, what's your name? Where have you come from? Like, are you Leicester local and all this kind of stuff? And it's like, no, I'm just quite new and fresh and exciting, as they say. So
sometimes the best way.
Yeah, hopefully it stays fresh and exciting.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the gig tonight, and I look forward to seeing it.
Thank you very much. Nice one.